Hey everyone, welcome to Top Scholars. Again, let us continue our one-shot series, and in this session, we are going to talk about quadratic equations. We are going to solve ample of problems and it is going to be fun. So are you all excited? Let's begin. So quadratic equation, let us try to understand the definition of quadratic equation first of all. Okay, so quadratic equation is derived from a quadratic polynomial by setting it equal to 0. So quadratic equations often arise in real life context, such as finding out the area problems, optimization and motion. Of course, we are also going to see problems based on quadratic equation in real life. Let us see an example. Suppose a farmer plans to create a rectangular garden with an area of 200 square meters. So there is a farmer is planning to create a rectangular garden with an area of how much? 200 square meters, and the length is 3 more than twice the width. What should be the dimension of the garden? This is the question. So such type of questions are solved with the help of quadratic equations as well. So how do we do that? We'll assume some variable for the width. You can see, let the width be x meters. Now if the width is x meters, what will be the length? The length is 3 meters more than the width. So can I say the length is going to be 3 meters more than twice the width, sorry. So 2x plus 3 meters, that will be your length. Now rectangle. How do we find out the area of rectangle? The area of rectangle is given by length into breadth. So can I say area is length into breadth, that is x into 2x plus 3, which is equal to 200. Then once you solve this, you get 2x square plus 3x is equal to 200, and 2x square plus 3x minus 200 is equal to 0 is the required quadratic equation. So this is just an example of real life where we use quadratic equations to find out the roots or the solution. Simple. Let's continue. Now let us talk about the standard form of quadratic equation. So quadratic equation in the variable x has the standard form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is the standard form of the quadratic equation, where a, b and c, what are they? A, b and c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. So always remember, a, b and c are real numbers and the value of a is not equal to 0. We can have an example. Check whether the following is a quadratic equation. So 3x square plus 2x plus 5. All you need to do is you need to compare this with ax square plus bx plus c. The value of a is 3, the value of b is 2, the value of c is 5, the power of x is 2, that is the highest power of x must be 2. And if you see closely over here, the value of a, which is 3, 3 is not equal to 0. 3 is not equal to 0, right? Okay. So yes, this is a quadratic equation. That is, the coefficient of x square is not 0. Similarly, have a look at this. Again, the coefficient of x square is minus 2. So this is also a quadratic equation. Again, here the coefficient of x square is minus 5. This is also a quadratic equation because we have x square here. The power of x is 2. And then this is not a quadratic equation, right? Because here if you see, the term x square is missing, right? So since the term x square is missing, this is a linear equation. This is not a quadratic equation. So this is not going to be a quadratic equation, right? Okay. Now we are supposed to check whether the following are quadratic equations or not. So what we will do is, in such type of problems, we are going to solve them, get it in the standard form, and then compare with ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Get the values of a, b and c. If we get the standard form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, it is a quadratic equation, otherwise it is not. So let us begin. So here what do we have? Firstly, we have x plus 1 the whole square is equal to 2 times x minus 3. Now can we expand x plus 1 the whole square? Yes, we know the formula for a plus b the whole square, that is a square plus 2ab plus b square. So this becomes a square, that is x square, plus 2ab, that is 2x, plus b square, 1 square is 1, that is equal to 2 into x is how much? 2x. 2 into minus 3 is how much? Minus 6. Now tell me one thing, can I cancel directly 2x and 2x? Yes, we can do that. Because anyways, if you shift 2x to the left hand side, it is going to be minus 2x, right? So you get x square plus 1 is equal to minus 6. Now transpose minus 6 to the left hand side, you get x square plus 1 plus 6, that is 7. So x square plus 7 is equal to 0. Now tell me one thing, this is the equation that we are getting. What is the power of x? Can I say the power of x is 2? Can I say here the coefficient of x square 1 is not equal to 0? So definitely we can say that yes, this is a quadratic equation. I hope this part is clear to all of you. Very simple. We just solved it. Directly don't say it is a quadratic equation. Make sure that you solve it and get it in the form of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Then only come to the conclusion. Okay, let's continue. So we have one more question. Check whether the following are quadratic equations. X minus 4 the whole square minus 7 is equal to 2x plus 9. Let us do this. Sorry, x plus 4 the whole square. So here I have x plus 4 the whole square minus 7 is equal to 2x plus 9. So x plus 4 the whole square. Again we can expand this. A plus b the whole square, that is a square plus 2ab plus b square. So we get a square, that is x square, plus 2 into x into 4. 2 into x into 4, 8x, plus b square, that is 4 square. 4 square is 16. Then you have minus 7, put minus 7 here. So we have solved the left hand side. Now let us focus on the right hand side. Nothing to do there. Copy it as it is. So 2x plus 9. Now understand. How much is 16 minus 7? 16 minus 7 is 9. So let us solve this. X square plus 8x plus 9 is equal to 2x plus 9. Now 9 can we cancel? We can do that. Can I shift 2x to the left hand side? It will become minus 2x. So can I say now I get x square plus 8x minus 2x is 6x, which is equal to 0. Now observe this. Is this a quadratic equation? Yes, it is a quadratic equation where the variable of x square, the coefficient of x square is 1 and the highest power of x is 2. So this is a quadratic equation. Again the answer to this is yes, it is a quadratic equation. So I hope you have understood how to check whether a given equation is a quadratic equation or not. Let's continue. Now let us see how do we form a quadratic equation. So we'll identify the unknowns first. So clearly define what you are trying to solve and assign a variable. Basically you'll assign a variable. That means what? You can assign the variable as x, y, depends on the question, depends on your choice as well. Second is we'll translate key phrases. That is, we'll look for phrases like the product of, the square of, or twice a number which indicates multiplication or exponents, right? And then we will use relevant formula to solve it. Correct? This we already know, but we'll see this how to apply in the problems, right? And finally check your equation. Okay. So have a look at this. The area of a rectangular plot is 528 meters square. The area is how much? 528 meters square. The length of the plot is 1 meter more than twice its breadth. Length of the plot is 1 meter more than twice its breadth. Formulate a quadratic equation to find the length and breadth of the plot. Basically, we are just supposed to formulate the quadratic equation. We are not supposed to solve the quadratic equation here. Now, here we are talking about the rectangular plot, right? So, let us say this is the rectangular plot. What is the area given? The area is given as 528 meters square, right? The length of the plot is 1 meter more than twice its breadth. Now this is length, this is breadth, right? So here the length of the plot is 1 meter more than twice its breadth. So if I assume the breadth If I assume the breadth to be, say, x meters, what will be the length? The length is 1 meter more than twice its breadth. So can I say length will be 2x plus 1? Now you have the length, now you have the breadth. What is the formula to find out the area of the rectangle? We know that area of the rectangle is given by length into breadth. So can I write down length multiplied by breadth is equal to area? But what is length? Length is 2x plus 1. So here I'll write down 2x plus 1 multiplied by breadth is how much? Breadth is x is equal to area. Area is how much? 528. So x into 2x is 2x square. X into 1 is x is equal to 528. Now can I transpose 528 to the left hand side? If I do that, finally I am going to get 2x square plus x minus 528 is equal to 0. So 2x square plus x minus 528 is equal to 0 is the required quadratic equation, right? So this is the required quadratic equation that we get. Okay, so let us continue now. So we have a new question. It says Rohan's mother is 26 years older than him. So Rohan's mother is 26 years older than him. The product of their age is 3 years from now. Now this is a key word. 3 years from now. 3 years from now means after 3 years, right? It means after. Will be 360. So formulate a quadratic equation to find Rohan's present age. See here, what is the unknown quantity? The unknown quantity is Rohan's present age. So we'll start with that. What are we going to start with? We're going to start with, let's Rohan's present age. I'm writing it down in short. Please try to understand. I'm writing down Rohan. Right? So Rohan's present age, that is today, is X years. Right? His mother is 26 years older than him. So obviously, his mother's age is going to be X plus 26. It's very simple, no? For example, your age is say 10 years and your mother is 26 years older than you. Then your mother's age is going to be 10 plus 26, which is 36. Here we don't know Rohan's age. That is why we have assumed that as X years. And now his mother is 26 years older than him. So Rohan's mother, her age is going to be X plus 26 years. See, how are you going to write it down? Let the present age of Rohan be X year. Therefore, his mother's age is X plus 26 years. Now, the product of their age is 3 years from now. So, can you tell me what will be Rohan's age after 3 years? I am writing down over here, after 3 years. After 3 years, Rohan's age will become X plus 3, right? If your age is 10 today, after 3 years, your age is going to be 10 plus 3. So Rohan's age will be X plus 3 years. And what will be mother's age? Mother's age is going to be X plus 26 plus 3, right? So can I say this is going to be X plus 29 years? Now understand. Rohan's age, X plus 3 years. Rohan's mother's age, X plus 29 years. The product of their ages, product means what? Multiplication. So multiplication of their ages is 360. So can I say according to the given condition, I'll get x plus 3, right, multiplied by x plus 29 is equal to 360, right? This is the equation as of now we are going to get, but we need to solve this. We need to use the distributive property, solve it further, right? So let us do that. So we have x plus 3 multiplied by x plus 29 is equal to how much? It is given in the question 360. So x into x is x square, x into 29 is plus 29x, 3 into x is plus 3x, and 3 into 29 is how much? 87. Is equal to 360. Now this becomes x square plus 32x, right? And then transpose 360 to the left hand side. You get plus 87 minus 360. That is equal to 0. Now 360 minus 87 is how much? So we get x square plus 32x, and this becomes minus 273, right, is equal to 0, and that is going to be your final answer. I hope you are understanding how we are solving questions based on this. Very simple. So this is your quadratic equation that is framed at the end for finding Rohan's present age. Once we solve this quadratic equation, that is once we get the value of x, that value of x is going to give you Rohan's age, right? Okay. So let's continue. Now let us see the solution of quadratic equation by factorization method. So the definition says that a real number alpha is root of the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And if it satisfies a into alpha square plus b into alpha plus c is equal to 0, then we are supposed to check whether 2 or minus 3 is the correct root of the quadratic equation. See, basically what you need to do is, if you see that wherever you have x, you have substituted alpha. That's it. So that is what we are going to do, right? So here, instead of x, you will put 2 first, and then instead of x, you will put minus 3, and you will check in which of the cases you are getting 0. So wherever you are getting 0, that is the root, correct? So the given quadratic equation is x square plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. Let us put the value of x as 2. So that becomes 2 square plus 5 into 2 plus 6. 2 square is how much? 2 square is 4. 5 into 2 is 10. And then you have 6. So can I say this is 4 plus 10 plus 6, which is nothing but 20, right? So you get 20. So definitely 2 is not the root, right? 2 is not the root of the quadratic equation. So this is 20. Okay, so we have 20 here, and 20 is not equal to 0. So 2 is not the root of the given quadratic equation. So if I put minus 3, what is going to happen? Here you will put minus 3, here you will put minus 3. So you get minus 3 square plus 5 into minus 3 plus 6. Minus 3 square is how much? Minus 3 square is 9. 5 into minus 3 is minus 15 plus 6. Are you getting 0? Yes, that is equal to 0. So definitely minus 3 is root of the given quadratic equation. Simple. That is how you check whether the given number is the root of the equation or not. Clear and simple? Let's continue. So factorization basically involves expressing the quadratic equation as a product of two linear factors. See, this is a quadratic equation. You find out two linear factors, right? We can rewrite this as px plus q into rx plus s is equal to 0, and then find out two values of x. Now let us see some of the steps to find the quadratic equation by factorization method. That is solution to find out the quadratic equation by factorization method. Now these are the steps. Okay. So in all these steps, if you recall, you have already studied these in 8th grade, but in that you had a quadratic polynomial. You never had a quadratic equation. Now we are talking about the quadratic equation. We are not talking about quadratic polynomial. So we'll consider the quadratic equation, that is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Then you will find two numbers such that their product is equal to a into c, that is the first term and the third term's product, and the sum is equal to the middle term. So the sum of the two numbers must be equal to the middle term, and the product of the two numbers must be equal to the product of the first and the third term. Then you'll split the middle term. You'll split the middle term in such a way that you get ax square plus number 1 into x plus number 2 into x plus c is equal to 0. And then you'll find out the factors by grouping to obtain two linear factors. And once you get two linear factors, you'll set each factor equal to 0 and then find out the roots. So theoretically it looks complicated, but it is very easy because you have already studied that in your 8th grade as well. Okay, let's continue. Here is an example. So find the roots of the quadratic equation 2x square minus 5x plus 3 is equal to 0. So we have 2x square minus 5x plus 3 equal to 0. What we will do is, we will multiply the first term with the last term, that is 2 and 3. So what is 2 into 3? 2 into 3 is 6. So let us consider the last term as 6. What is the middle term? The middle term is minus 5, right? In the middle, you have minus 5. So middle term is minus 5, right? Last term is 6. Now understand, middle term is minus 5, last term is 6. So here you need to find out two numbers. You need to find out two numbers whose product is 6, whose product is 6 and sum is minus 5. So can I say the two numbers are going to be minus 3 and minus 2? Because minus 3 plus minus 2 is minus 5 and minus 3 into minus 2 is going to give me plus 6. So let us split this. You are going to get 2x square minus 2 and minus 3. So minus 2x minus 3x plus 3 is equal to 0. So from the first two terms, can you take 2x common? Yes. So 2x is common. What will be left inside the bracket? X minus 1. From the last two terms, can you take minus 1 common? Sorry, minus 3 common, not minus 1. What will be left? X minus 1, that is equal to 0. Now x minus 1 is a common bracket, right? You can write down x minus 1 once again. And in the other bracket, you have 2x minus 3 equal to 0. So if I equate this with 0, what am I going to get? I'm going to get x minus 1 is equal to 0 or two x minus 3 is equal to 0. So from here, x will be equal to 1 or x will be equal to 3 by 2. So the value of x is 1 or the value of x is 3 by 2. So these are the two roots of the quadratic equation. So I hope you have understood how to find out the roots of the quadratic equation. Simple. Let's continue. So find the roots of the quadratic equation 6x square minus x minus 2 by factorization method. Same question again. Again we are going to use factorization method to find out the roots. Let's begin with the solution. So we have 6x square minus x minus 2 is equal to 0. Again you multiply 6 and minus 2. That is going to give you how much? Minus 12. What is the middle term? The middle term is minus 1, right? So can I say 4 3s are 12? But here I'll have minus 4 plus 3. This is also minus 4 plus 3. Minus 4 plus 3 is minus 1, minus 4 plus 3. If you take the product is minus 12, right? Now let us solve this. This can be written as 6x square. Then you have minus 4x plus 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. So from the first two terms, can you take 2x common? Yes. What will be left? 3x minus 2 will be left, plus from the last two terms there is nothing common. We'll write down 1 and then 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. So from here you will write down 3x minus 2 and 2x plus 1 equal to 0. So if 3x minus 2 is equal to 0, can I say x will be equal to 2 by 3? So from here I get x is equal to 2 by 3, and from the other bracket I get x is equal to minus 1 by 2. So these are the two roots of the quadratic equation. So I hope you have understood how to solve problems based on factorization method, right? Simple? Okay. So the next question says find the roots of the quadratic equation. Again a similar question, 3x square minus 6x plus 3 is equal to 0. So 3 into 3 is how much? 3 into 3 is 9. The middle term is minus 6. So can we split it as minus 3 and minus 3? Minus 3 minus 3 is minus 6 and minus 3 into minus 3 is plus 9. So this, what you have is 3x square minus 6x plus 3 is equal to 0. This gives me 3x square minus 3x minus 3x plus 3 is equal to 0. So this becomes 3x x minus 1. From here you can again take 3 common, minus 3 common, sorry, then you get x minus 1. This is equal to 0. So you get x minus 1 and you get 3x minus 3, right? So this is 3x minus 3. So if x minus 1 is equal to 0, can I say x is equal to 1? And if 3x minus 3 is equal to 0, what will happen? Let us check. From here 3x will be equal to 3 and x will be equal to 3 by 3. So can I say x will be equal to 1? So basically this has equal roots. If you see, this has equal roots. That means I can say that both the roots are same. X is equal to 1 here, x is equal to 1 here. So 1 comma 1 or 1 1 is the solution to this quadratic equation. Clear? I hope you are understanding how to solve problems based on this. Let's continue further. So find two numbers whose sum is 27 and product is 182. Sum is 27, product is 182. Now understand, there are two numbers whose sum is given 127 and product is given 182. Let's begin with the solution. So if I consider the first number, let the first number be equal to x. And sum is 27. So can I say the second number will be 27 minus x. Now what is the product? The product is 182. The product is given. So can I say x into 27 minus x is equal to 182. Now what I can do is, I can multiply x inside. So I get 27x minus x square is equal to 182. So can I say x square minus 27x plus 182 is equal to 0. So I get x square minus 27x plus 182 is equal to 0. Now the factors of 182 can be split as 14 and 13, but you have a minus sign in the middle. So can we take minus 14 and minus 13? Yes, we can do that. So I can split this as minus 14 and minus 13, right? So x square minus 14x minus 13x plus 182 equal to 0. From here I can take x common. I get x minus 14. From here I can take minus 13 common. Then again I get x minus 14 is equal to 0. So I get two numbers here, x minus 14, x minus 13, that is equal to 0. So I get x is equal to 14 or I get x is equal to 13. So this is not done yet, because if my first number is 14, the second number would be 27 minus x. So if I say my first number is 14, the second number is going to be 27 minus x, which is 13. And if I take the first number as 13, the second number is going to be 14, because 27 minus 13 is 14. Simple. Anyways, 13 and 14 is the final answer. But we directly cannot say here that okay, the two numbers are 13 and 14. Directly don't say. Solve it further. First number is 14. If the first number is 14, the second number will be 13. If the first number is 13, the second number will be 14. Clear? Simple. Let's continue. Now let us see quadratic formula and nature of roots. So for a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, the roots can be found using the quadratic formula. This is the quadratic formula. Although this is not there in your textbook as of now, it was there in your previous syllabus, but still you need to know, because you can also find out the roots of the quadratic equation by this formula. Factorization method is not the only method. This method is also a valid method to find out the roots of the quadratic equation. That is x is equal to minus b plus or minus under root b square minus 4ac by 2a. So b square minus 4ac, you see b square minus 4ac, that is the part inside the square root, is called as the discriminant. Part inside the square root is called as discriminant. It is denoted by d, which helps to determine the nature of roots. So let us talk about nature of roots now. So the nature of roots of the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, it depends on the value of the discriminant. It depends on what? It depends on the value of the discriminant. So the nature of the roots will always depend on the value of the discriminant, that is b square minus 4ac. How? Let us see. That is, if discriminant is greater than 0, then it has two distinct real roots. Distinct means what? Different. Different real. Real means what? Real numbers. So two distinct real number roots. If d is equal to 0, it has two equal real roots. Two equal real roots. And if d is less than 0, it has no roots. So these are the three conditions that you need to know. Now, find the value of k for which the equation 2x square plus kx plus 8 is equal to 0 has equal roots. This is the question. The question says, this has equal roots. What is the condition for equal roots? We have seen that for equal roots, d is 0. And what is d? D is b square minus 4ac, right? Okay, so firstly what we will do is, whatever is given to us, that is the quadratic equation, we'll compare that. So comparing what? 2x square plus kx plus 8 equal to 0 with, we're going to compare this with ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So what is the value of a? The value of a is 2. The value of b is k and the value of c is 8. The value of a is 2. The value of b is k and the value of c is 8. Now clearly it is given that the roots are equal. Roots are equal. If roots are equal, can we say b square minus 4ac is equal to 0? So b square, that is k square, minus 4 into a into c. 4 into 2 into 8 is equal to 0. So this becomes k square, 8 to the 16, 16 4 the 64. So k square minus 64 is equal to 0. So I can shift 64 to the other side. So can I say k square is equal to 64? So what will be k? K will be equal to plus or minus under root 64. So k is equal to plus or minus 8. So this is the value of k. To find the value of k, such type of questions are very important. Such type of questions can be asked in the exam. The value of k is plus or minus 8, provided the roots of the quadratic equation are real. I hope you are understanding this. And what is the condition that we used? We used the condition of b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. Okay. Now let us have a look at a new question. It says a rectangular garden has an area of 84 meters square. What is the area? Area is 84 meters square. If the length is 5 meter more than the width, determine if the width can be a real number. See, width is going to be a real number only in two cases. When the discriminant is either equal to 0 or the discriminant is greater than 0. But if the discriminant is less than 0, in that case, the width will not be a real number. Correct? Okay. So let's move on to the solution. So rectangular garden has an area of 84 meters square, right? And length is 5 meter more than its width. If I consider the width or the breadth, so let the breadth, so this is our assumption, let the breadth be equal to how much? X meters. You can take any variable here. I am taking x meters. So the breadth is x meters is my assumption. Length is what? According to the given condition, the length is going to be, what will be the length? The length will be equal to 5 meter more than the width or breadth. So can I say the length is going to be x plus 5 meters? And the area is given. How much is the area? Area is given as 84 meters square. Now understand, area is 84 meters square, length is x plus 5, breadth is x. What is the formula for area? The formula for area is length into breadth. So can I say length into breadth? We know that length into breadth is equal to area. How much is the length? The length is x plus 5 into how much is the breadth? The breadth is x. How much is the area? The area is 84. X into x is x square. 5 into x is 5x is equal to 84. Now can we shift 84 to the left hand side? Yes, we can do that. So what are we going to get? See the previous slide first. X square plus 5x is equal to 84. So now we are going to get x square plus 5x minus 84 is equal to 0. Now here can I say, here I have 1, that means my value of a is 1, my value of b is 5 and my value of c is minus 84. So how much will be b square minus 4ac? Let us do that. B square minus 4ac, that is the discriminant, is equal to how much? B square, that is 5 square minus 4 into 1 into minus 84. 4 into 1 into minus 84, that is equal to 25. Now minus minus will become plus. 84 fours are 324, fours are 16. So this becomes 336. And 336 plus 25 is 361. Now understand, D is 361. If D is 361, can I say 361 is greater than 0? That is D is greater than 0. And if D is greater than 0, we know that the roots are real and distinct. So roots are what? Roots are real also and they are distinct also. So do we get real roots? Yes, we get real roots. We are going to get a real number. I hope you are understanding this question. So yes, we can say that we are going to get a real number in this case. Simple, because the value of D is greater than 0. Okay, so now we have a new question. It says, for what value of k does the quadratic equation x square minus kx plus 4 have equal roots? Again, the condition says for equal roots. What is the condition for equal roots? For equal roots, we should have b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, right? So firstly, we have a quadratic equation. Let us note that down. What is the quadratic equation given? The given quadratic equation is x square minus kx plus 4 is equal to 0. Now we need to compare this quadratic equation with what? So I'm comparing this with ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So what is the value of a, b and c here? The value of a is 1. The value of b is minus k. So can I say a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus k and c is equal to 4. Now the condition is for equal roots, that is b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. So let us do that. B square minus 4ac is equal to 0. So that is minus k square minus 4 into 1 into 4 is equal to 0. So this becomes k square this becomes 16, right? So we get k square is equal to 16. So k will be equal to how much? Plus or minus 4. So we can say that for k, that is plus or minus 4, the value or the value of k, that is plus or minus 4, will be there if this has equal roots, right? That is x square plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 0 or x square minus 4x plus 4 is equal to 0. I hope you are understanding how to solve and find out the value of k as well, right? To find the roots of the quadratic equation, such type of questions are very important where you have a square root and you need to find out the roots of the quadratic equation. Let's begin. So here we can solve this with the help of factorization method. We have under root 2 into x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 equal to 0. Now, what will happen if I multiply the first term and the last term? What is root 2 into 5 root 2? Can I say root 2 into 5 root 2? Root 2 into root 2 is 2, 5 2s are 10. Root 2 into 5 root 2 is 10. What is the middle term? The middle term is 7. So can I say 5 plus 2 is 7 and 5 into 2 is 10? So let us split this. You get under root 2 x square plus 7x becomes 5x plus 2x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. So we have split 7x as 5x plus 2x. Now if you see the first two terms, can I say only x is common? Here only x is common. So if I take x common, what will happen? I get root 2x plus 5 plus, here I have 2, here I have 5 root 2. So can I write down this 2 as root 2 into root 2? Because root 2 into root 2 is 2. Now root 2 into root 2 is 2. Can I take root 2 common? Yes, I can do that. So if I take root 2 common, I get 1 root 2 will be left here. In fact, copy this bracket as it is. No need to worry. Just copy it as it is, right? So root 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. So here I get root 2x plus 5 and in the other bracket I get x plus root 2 equal to 0. Now either of the two brackets is equal to 0, that means the first term is equal to 0. So I'm just copying this on the next page. Root 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. So further we get root 2x plus 5 is equal to 0, or we get x plus root 2 is equal to 0. X plus root 2 is equal to 0. So from here if I shift 5, I get root 2x is equal to minus 5. So x will be equal to minus 5 by root 2. You can rationalize this, that means into root 2 by root 2. So this becomes minus 5 root 2 by Root 2 into root 2 is 2. So that is one of the values of x. And from here, directly I can say x is equal to minus of root 2. So the second value is minus root 2. So these are the two values of x, that is, these are the two roots of the quadratic equation. So I hope you have understood how do we find out the roots of the quadratic equation, right? Okay, let's continue. Now, prove that if AD is not equal to BC, then the quadratic equation a square plus b square into x square plus 2 times AC plus BD into x plus c square plus d square is equal to 0 has no real roots. This has no real roots is what we are supposed to prove. Okay. So firstly what we will do is, this is the value of a, that is a square plus b square. This is the value of b, that is 2 times AC plus BD, and this is the value of c, right? We are supposed to prove that this has no real roots. Firstly, what we will do is, we'll find out the discriminant d. Discriminant is what? B square minus 4AC, right? So b square, that is 2 times AC plus BD, right? 2 times AC plus BD, the whole square, minus 4 into A into C. 4 into A. A is how much? A square plus B square. C is how much? C square plus D square, right? So this is what we get. Now we can open the bracket, and here we get this is equal to 2 square is 4, right? And then AC plus BD. So this is A plus B the whole square, that is A square plus 2AB, that is 2ACBD, right? Plus B square, that is B square D square. Now I'm keeping minus 4 as it is. I'm keeping minus 4 as it is, and I'm multiplying these two brackets. So what do I get? I'm going to get A square into C square, A square C square, A square into D square. So can I say that is going to be equal to A square D square? Then I have B square into C square. That gives me B square C square. And finally, I have B square into D square. That is B square D square. Now understand. This is 4A square C square. This is minus 4A square C square. It will get cancelled. Obviously, you don't have to cancel directly. Solve it properly, but understand the concept. 4A square C square minus 4A square C square. So this will ultimately go 4B square D square minus 4B square D square. That will also get cancelled. So 4 is going to be multiplied only with this term, and 4 will be multiplied with these two terms, because now there is nothing common here to cancel. So if I multiply 4 here, that will become 4 into 2, 8 ABCD. So let me write it down on the next page now. I have 8 ABCD. 4 into 2 is 8 ABCD. Now minus 4 into A square D square. So minus 4 into A square D square is minus 4 A square D square and minus 4 B square C square. So minus 4 a square b square, again minus 4 a square d square, and minus 4 b square c square. Let us check one more time. Minus 4 a square d square, minus 4 b square c square, minus 4 a square d square. Okay, this is d square. Correct. Now 8 minus 4 and minus 4. By the way, this was the question. 8 minus 4 minus 4. Can I take minus 4 common? So this is equal to minus 4. If I take minus 4 common from 8, 4 2s are 8. So that becomes minus 2 ABCD. Correct. Then here minus 4 is outside. So this becomes plus because minus is outside. So this is a square d square. Here also minus 4 is outside. So this becomes plus b square c square. Now observe the pattern, right? We have b square c square minus 2 abcd and plus a square d square. So can I say this is a perfect square? So this becomes minus 4 into AD minus BC the whole square. Now there is a condition given. AD minus BC is not AD and BC are not equal. So can I say this is some number? This number can be positive. This number can be negative. It can be anything. It can be positive, it can be negative. But doesn't matter. Why? Because we have a square. Now tell me, if I ask you what is minus 3 square? It is 9. Can I say it is positive 9? And what is 3 square? Can I say this is also positive 9? So it doesn't matter what is there inside the bracket. Square will always be positive. So here, can I say the bracket part square is positive? So I have minus 4 multiplied by some positive number. Now what is the multiplication of negative number and a positive number? Negative multiplied by positive is negative. So can I say this answer is negative? So if this answer is negative, can we say our D is less than 0? And if D is less than 0, this has no real roots. Correct? This has no real roots. We have proved it because our discriminant is less than 0. I hope you have understood how to solve this problem, right? So let us see a word problem based on quadratic equation now. It says the speed of the boat in still water is 15 km per hour. It goes 30 kilometers upstream and returns back in 4 hours 30 minutes. Find the speed of the stream. Okay. Now firstly, the speed of the boat in still water is given, that is 15 km per hour. It goes 30 kilometers upstream and it returns back in 4 hours 30 minutes. We are supposed to find out the speed of the stream. So here whatever we are supposed to find out, we'll consider that as the variable, say x. So how are we going to start? We're going to start by let speed of the stream be what? X kilometers per hour. X kilometer per hour. So let the speed of the stream is x kilometer per hour. Here the speed in still water is 15 km per hour. So the speed in upstream is going to be 15 minus x, and the speed in downstream because the speed will increase, it is going to be 15 plus x, right? And it goes 30 kilometers upstream and returns back in 4 hours 30 minutes. So this is what, this is the speed, right? That is 15 minus x kilometer per hour. This is speed, and 15 plus x kilometer per hour. This is also speed. Now it goes 30 kilometers upstream and 30 kilometers downstream. So can I say 30 kilometers here is the distance? So what is time taken? Can I say time is equal to distance by speed? So for upstream, the time will be distance for upstream the time is going to be how much? Let us have a new page. So time for going upstream will be equal to distance divided by speed. That is distance divided by speed. That is 15 minus x hours. Similarly, the time taken for downstream will be equal to distance divided by speed. That is 30 divided by 15 plus x hours. So this is the time for upstream, this is the time for downstream. Total time taken is how much? 4 hours 30 minutes. So can I say 4 hours 30 minutes total? Total time is 4 hours 30 minutes. Can I say 30 minutes is nothing but 30 by 60 hours? So can I say this is going to be 4 1 by 2 hours, 4 and a half. So time for upstream plus time for downstream will be equal to 4 and a half. So the equation that we are going to get is 30 by 15 minus x plus 30 by 15 plus x is equal to 4 and a half. So we have 30 by 15 minus x plus 30 by 15 plus x is equal to 4 and a half. So can I say this becomes 30 by 15 minus x plus 30 by 15 plus x is equal to 4 to the 8 plus 1 is 9. This becomes 9 by 2. You can take 30 common. So if I take 30 common, inside I'll have 1 by 15 minus x plus 1 by 15 plus x is equal to 9 by 2. If you cross multiply, you get 15 plus x plus 15 minus x, right? Divided by 15 minus x into 15 plus x. So this goes here, this goes here. 15 plus x plus 15 minus x. Can I do it directly now? That becomes 30 by, this is 15 minus x into 15 plus x, that is a minus b into a plus b, that is a square minus b square. So 225 minus x square. So 225 minus x square is equal to, here you have 9 by 2, right? And here outside you have 30. See. Now what is 30 into 30? 30 into 30 is 900. So I get 900 by 225 minus x square is equal to 9 by 2. So I can take 2 here and I can take this here and 9 down. So can I say 900 into 2 divided by 9? 900 into 2 divided by 9 is equal to 225 minus x square, correct? So 9 ones are 9 hundreds are 100 into 2 is 200. So now can I say x square, and here if I shift 225 on the other side, I'm going to get x square minus 225, and then you have minus 200 as well. So further you get, what is the value of x that you get? X square will be equal to 25. X will be equal to under root 25. That is plus or minus 5, right? But what are we talking about? We are talking about the speed. Can speed be negative? Speed cannot be negative, right? Cannot be negative. Therefore, the value of x that you get is 5. So x is equal to 5. That is 5 kilometer per hour, which is the speed of the stream. Correct? So the speed of the stream is 5 kilometer per hour. I hope you have understood this question. So the new question says, denominator of a fraction is 1 more than twice the numerator if the sum of the fraction, this is not factor, this is fraction, and its reciprocal is 216 by 21. Find the fraction. Okay, they're talking about the numerator and the denominator. We'll start by saying, let the numerator be x. If the numerator is x, what will be the denominator? Denominator is 1 more than twice the numerator. So can I say denominator will be 2x plus 1. So this is our fraction. This is our fraction. Now they are talking about the reciprocal. So what will be the reciprocal of this? The reciprocal of the fraction will be 2x plus 1 by x. This is the reciprocal. Now see, this is a fraction. This is the reciprocal. Their sum is how much? The sum is 216 by 21. So 21 twos are 42. 42 plus 16 is 58. So that gives you 58 by 21. And according to the given condition, their sum. So it is already given that their sum, that is x by 2x plus 1 plus 2x plus 1 by x is equal to 58 by 21. Now cross multiply x into x, that gives you x square plus 2x plus 1 into 2x plus 1, 2x plus 1 the whole square divided by x into 2x plus 1. This is equal to what? This was the question. This is equal to 58 by 21. Correct? You can solve this now. If you solve this, you are going to get x square plus 4x square plus 4x plus 1 by x into 2x is 2x square plus x is equal to 58 by 21. Now x square plus 4x square is 5x square. See, this is 5x square already, right? So 5x square plus 4x plus 1. You can multiply 21 here. 21 into 5. So 105x square. 21 into 4x plus 84x. 21 into 1 plus 21. 58 into 2x square. So that is 116 x square, isn't it? 58 into 2. And then 58 into x is plus. Now shuffle the terms. 116 x square minus 105 x square is how much? 11 x square. 58x minus 84x. 24 plus 2, 26. So that gives you minus 26x plus 21 on the right hand side. Minus 21. This is the quadratic equation 11x square minus 26x minus 21. You can split the middle term now. That is minus 33 plus 7. So 11x square minus 33x plus 7x minus 21 is equal to 0. So you get 11x x minus 3 plus 7 x minus 3 is equal to 0. So 11x plus 7 x minus 3 is equal to 0. The value of x is 3 or the value of x is minus 7 by 11, right? But if you see this condition, definitely this condition is not satisfying. So what do we get? The only value of x that we get is 3. Now we have the value of x as 3, right? Value of x is 3. So see, what is our numerator by denominator? Numerator by denominator is x by 2x plus 1. Now if x is 3, can I say I am going to get 3 by 3x plus 1, that is, sorry, 2x plus 1, that is 2 into 3 plus 1. 2 into 3 is 6, 6 plus 1 is 7. So my original fraction is 3 by 7. My reciprocal is 7 by 3. And if you add them, if you add both of these, you are going to get 216 by 21, right? Let us see a new question now. It says, find the value of p for which one of the roots of the quadratic equation is 6 times the other. Now the quadratic equation is already given to us and we have studied in quadratic polynomials as well, right? So here, what is the quadratic equation? The quadratic equation is px square minus 14x plus 8 is equal to 0. If I consider one of the roots as alpha, if I consider one root is alpha, the other root is going to be the other root is going to be 6 alpha, right? So basically our beta is nothing but 6 alpha. We know the formula that alpha plus beta is what? Minus b by a. We know that alpha plus beta is equal to minus of b by a. So alpha is alpha only and beta is 6 alpha, which is equal to minus b by a. This is your b. So minus of minus 14 by a. A is how much? A is p. So can I say 7 alpha is equal to 14 by p? So alpha is equal to 2 by p, right? So alpha plus beta is minus b by a. From that we got alpha is equal to 2 by p. Now what is alpha into beta? Alpha into beta is C by A, right? Alpha into beta is C by A. So alpha into beta is C by A. So we can say alpha into beta is what? 6 alpha is equal to C by A. That is 8 by P. So alpha into alpha is alpha square. So can I say 6 into alpha square is equal to 8 by P. But what is alpha? We have that in the last slide. Alpha is 2 by P. So put it here. So 6 into 2 by P the whole square is equal to 8 by P. Right? This was the question. So further we can say 2 square is 4. So this becomes 24. 24 by P square is equal to 8 by P. Just cross multiply. Take P here, take P square there. So can I say 8P square is equal to 24P. If I shift 24P to the other side, can I say 8P square minus 24P is equal to 0. So from here I can take 8P common. P minus 3 is equal to 0. 8P is equal to 0 or P minus 3 is equal to 0. But if 8P is equal to 0, can I say P is 0 or P is 3? But are both the answers correct? Can P be 0 here? Can P be 0? So if P is 0, we get A is equal to 0. And we know that in the quadratic equation, A cannot be 0. So definitely P should not be equal to 0. And the answer is P is equal to 3. Simple. I hope you have understood this question. Value of P is 3. Let's have a look at a new question. The least positive value of K for which the quadratic equation has real roots is this. Simple question, an MCQ. All you do is just find out B square minus 4AC equal to 0. B square K square minus 4 into A into C. 4 into 2 into 4 is equal to 0. So this becomes K square minus 4 4 is 16, 16 to the 32 is equal to 0. If K square minus 32 is equal to 0, can I say K square is equal to 32? So what will be K? K will be equal to under root 32. So K will be equal to under root 32 can be written as 16 into 2. So K will be equal to, actually this is going to be plus or minus, but anyways they say positive, right? So no need to worry here, directly you'll get 4 root 2. Simple. Okay, let's continue. So here is the question. The question says find the discriminant of the quadratic equation 4x square minus 5 is equal to 0 and hence comment on the nature of the roots of the equation. So what do we have? We already have 4x square minus 5 is equal to 0. Can I write down 4x square minus 5 is equal to 0 as 4x square plus 0x minus 5 is equal to 0. The middle term was missing, x term, I have written it as 0x. Doesn't matter. From here, if I compare this with ax square plus bx plus c, can I say the value of a is 4, the value of b is 0, and the value of c is minus 5? Now discriminant. What is the formula for discriminant? B square minus 4ac is equal to 0. Find out the discriminant. Not equal to 0, b square minus 4ac. Okay. So this is your discriminant d. So d is what? B square minus 4ac. B square, that is equal to 0 square. So 0 square minus 4 into a into c. 4 into a is 4. C is what? C is minus 5. 0 will remain 0 only. Minus minus plus 4 4 is 16, 16 5 is 80. 0 plus 80 is how much? 80. So can I say the value of d is 80? Can I say the value of d is greater than 0? 80 means positive number, no? So if d is greater than 0, comment on the nature of roots. Nature of roots. What is the nature? Real and distinct. We have already studied this. So the nature of roots is real and distinct. This is your final answer. Simple. Interesting question. Let us have a look at one last question now. It says, find the value of p for which the quadratic equation has two equal real roots. Two equal real roots. If the roots are real and equal, can I say b square minus 4ac is equal to 0? Now here, already we are given with a quadratic equation, but that is not in the standard form. Let us try to put it in the standard form first. This as px into x minus 2 plus 6 is equal to 0. So px into x is px square minus, this becomes 2px plus 6 is equal to 0. Now, we can compare this with ax square plus bx plus c. So this is the value of a, minus 2p is the value of b, and 6 is the value of c. Now b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. Let us directly put it there. That is b square. So minus 2p the whole square minus 4 into a into c, that is 4 into p into 6. So this becomes 4p square minus 24p is equal to 0. Can I take 4p common? If 4p is common, I get p minus 6 is equal to 0. So definitely from here I am going to get two values of p. 4p is equal to 0 or p minus 6 is equal to 0. So if you see, I am going to get, if 4p is equal to 0, I am getting p is equal to 0 or p is equal to 6. So can both the answers be correct? Maybe, maybe not. But if you see here, we have px square minus 2px plus 6 is equal to 0. So here, can p be equal to 0? P cannot be 0 because it is the coefficient of x square. So definitely p is not equal to 0, as a should not be equal to 0 in the quadratic equation. So the final answer is p is equal to 6. So I hope you have understood how to solve problems based on quadratic equation. I hope it was fun. In the next session, we are also going to study different chapter. We are going to study arithmetic progression, and we are going to continue this one shot series as well. So stay tuned and learn with top scholars. Thank you. एक सेकंड बीच में मैंने क्वेश्चन छोड़ा था एक क्वेश्चन बीच में छोड़ा था, क्लोजर दे दिया मैंने, वो बीच में डाल देंगे ना उसको, एक ही बाकी है। हाँ हाँ, एक ही बाकी है उसमें, हाँ एग्जैक्टली, मैंने छोड़ा था बीच में। एक सेकेंड, थोड़ा फ्रैक्शन नहीं है वही तो।